We do indeed. Thank you so much, guys, and thank you super for joining us for a quick chat.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so you're now up 2-1 against the Valiant. How did the game go for you personally? You felt like it was how you will probably call it an easy shot, or did they actually make you fight for your money?
I mean, we were pretty confident going in. We didn't really think we'd have too much trouble, and we really didn't. So, I mean, it was just kind of, another day at the office, I guess.
Oh, okay. Of course. Confident as ever. Now, you say you didn't have any trouble. However, you did come in first playing that Ashe. Same thing we saw actually in the previous match. However, Valiant, they were convinced that this Reaper McCree thing is working out for them, and eventually you guys actually made those switches. Were those switches caused by just the constant pressure on your Ashe? Did you have to pivot, or did you just feel like playing something else?
Usually if we make a change, it's because someone feels like they're like either not being effective or they're being countered. So Striker was just like, I'm just gonna go McCree and we're gonna slowly alter our playstyle, and that's basically what happened. He just went McCree, and we felt that it was much better.
So what kind of expectations did you have coming into that? Because we were wondering during the halftime, knowing that Valiant was one of the first teams who really showed us quite a bit of Ashe play this season. So we expected them to rock up with an Ashe, but then they didn't. Did you have the same expectations?
I was a little surprised that they didn't run that much Mei, to be honest, because we thought Mei was really strong this week, and a lot of other teams we scrimmed were going Mei, but their lack of Mei was really, I think, probably a reason they had so much trouble this week. As for the Ashe pick, I mean, different teams ran different DPS, but the lack of Mei is what really surprised me the most.
So it could have been a different outcome, you think, if they had KSI?
I mean, I still think we would have won, but I think they would have had maybe a slightly easier time.
All right, fair enough. Well, in the end, you took the W, and that's all that matters, I would say. If you have to compare your team currently with pretty much all the other teams in the league, we do all those fancy power rankings and whatnot. However, it is a little bit hard to really gauge the strength right now, considering that we have two different regions who don't really face off against each other. How do you think your team, or generally the Western teams, actually stack up against the Asian region?
So we went to Korea 2 times. We had a boot camp against them. We went a boot camp in Korea like months ago after World Cup, and then we went there for like a week when we were supposed to play the homestands in the Asian regions. So we kind of had a feel against some of the teams against in that region, and I think we do stack up pretty well to most of them, and I wish we could play them, but unfortunately we can't. But when we do, if we do, I wouldn't be too worried.
Okay, not too worried. Are there any tendencies you can really see from either region, like something you feel like is very prevalent?
I think it's kind of hard to say, because when we went for our first boot camp, there was no role lock, so it was kind of just like, everyone was grinding out a meta. But I feel like it's kind of hard to say, because just the meta changes every week, and you never know what different teams are going to do from week to week.
Do you feel like any of the teams are really struggling with the ever-changing meta, and also you guys personally, like how you're dealing with the quick turnarounds, really?
Yeah, I mean, some weeks are going to be better for some teams than others. Like, it's just kind of the nature of hero pools. Like, if a team can figure out what's the ideal comp, then they're going to play it. Like, the Sigma Rhine, I don't think we practiced that at all until today, actually. So,
okay.
I mean, because that's just kind of how it is. Like, you'll go into a match, and you're not gonna really. Sometimes you go into a match, and you'll go against a comp that you've never seen before, and you kind of have to figure out how to adjust on the fly. So we didn't really play much with the Sigma at all, except for like Hanamura B point. But then we kind of thought about it, and someone was like, okay, well, let's try it. And then in our warm-up scrim, we thought it was working pretty well, and then we just kind of stuck with it.
Yeah, good thing you have phenomenal players who can just actually adapt on the fly. That's certainly working for you. Now, if I had to ask you to give me the top 3 teams in the league right now, who would you put on the top 3?
Top 3 teams, I'm going to say not in order, but I'd say us, probably Philly, and Shanghai. Yeah.
All right, Dragons. What a success story.
Yeah.
Gotta love the anime arc. That's pretty much it from us right now. So thank you so much, Super, for joining us.
Yeah, no problem.
All right, so we are done with all the matches today, in fact, and that means it is time for the post show. We're heading into a very quick break, and then we should be right back.